Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel. And in this one we need to talk about this particular champion, the guy with no neck. Because they have nerfed UDYR as we are watching our jungle as our bottom lane is not. And you know, people are like, well, this is going to nerf him, right? Demonics Embrace, AP jungle pet ratio is being nerfed. He's being nerfed, base stats plus some slows in the R, plus the Q evolve, the Prowler's Claw, Q max build. But as you can see, Rumble dies. That's a mid Rumble. Yeah, there you go. That's the cost of doing business. It's not going to change anything, and I'm here to show you exactly why. And in doing so, I'm going to show you the amount of damage he does is still problematic. I'm also going to show you that he doesn't care about the demonics nerfs in terms of clear speeds, and he doesn't get Sunfire to compensate and do the damage you might be expecting. So, most damage by about 11,000 of anybody else in the game with nerfed UDYR and nerfed demonics. Let's see how it works. We are starting, obviously, on our Wolves here, and intelligently goes for the R start, given that we had no protection early and Rumble dies in this one. That's fine. Red team knows, hey, Silas, he's going to be cheesing. I know UDYR starting on the blue side. We have the deep vision on the red. Don't care. Let him cook. Let him farm. That's what UDYR does. But no matter what jungler you're playing, if you want to climb faster than 70% of junglers, I'm making a course for every single MMR. Silver is out and gold will be next on March 3rd. It will build directly on the silver course that came up before, so if you don't know those things, then obviously both are going to go hand in hand, helping you get to platinum. It should give you everything you need to know as a gold player to play off of what you're going to see in this video, what you see in these free coaching videos, and really take it to the next level, apply it to your own game, get to platinum as soon as possible, within months instead of years as some people take. Get out of the casual zone, get into the top 10%, become a platinum jungler through the Virkayu JUNGLE gold course, linked below, out on March 3rd. The movement speed nerf on Wingborne Storm, yes, that's wonderful. We are all very happy and thankful for this nerf because now, you know, if we can leave the zone, cool. But what if you can't? And even then, is it enough of a movement speed nerf that you can even think that's a thing, right, to leave the zone? And you know, that's great that we're gonna, you know, have that movement speed reduction, that slow, excuse me, because obviously it slows you, and when it slows you less, you can leave more. But the damage is still too high, you know? It's just absolutely too high. The fact that he builds one itemization that allows him to do that much damage, 40k damage, with base damage across his skill set, it's ridiculous, and that's why it's still gonna be meta, because he can still fist fight and scale with the best of them, and he farms really well too. So the Silas at this point does this. We see here he does this. He's going to go back to base, which is exactly why this guy is going out of the meta. The nerfs did hit him a little bit. It was a really high risk of a coin flip. Now it's like, well, if you fall behind from the farming capacity, what do you provide? From the kill catch-up experience and the kill experience being nerfed, the UDYR is going to have that lead always. So obviously in this particular case, we will cook. Our Rumble does offset his level 1 demise by basically doing this. At this stage, I'd be very concerned about the Silas. I'm pinging this. I'm like, guy, please be careful. Do not die to the Silas, please. There he is. He shows up. And we'll see this from the UDYR's perspective. Okay, we full clear down. 12 CS, Dark Seal. I know he did blue side. I know he went back to base. His chains missed, but he should have gotten a kill here. This should have been a kill. He should have hit those chains and killed him. As I said, the UDYR in the meantime says, great, this gives me time. I can go bottom side here. Annie Ziri versus Alistair Kai'Sa. Obviously, the Annie Ziri is going to push prior, so we can full clear down, get that gank off. There we go. Enough damage. Enough damage. Enough shielding. Enough healing. Just absolutely perfect. And the Triumph proc. Triumph also being nerfed next patch, that heal going down. Been a default rune for so long, you can understand why. But this is the tech, right? Full clear down, gank the bottom lane, especially when you have a matchup that's going to be pushed in. Enemy jungle feels they need to do something weird and unexpected to get ahead of you, and they don't get it. Silas takes that crab. Talon goes deep to ward here, although numbers are jungle, and we know if he does wolves, Grant blue. At this point, we won't know that exactly, but we do know that he did a blue quadrant into the raptors. You know, normally that raptor camp, if you did a regular leash down, that would spawn around 5 minutes, 5 minutes 10. You can probably add 10 to 15 seconds just because of the wild start. That's not an intentional pun on the fact that he didn't go with the Wild and Claw at the Wingborne Storm. But the point was, we know we can delay that third spawn, the third camp respawn. So Talon wards it out of base here. This is how you gank top lane. This is it. It's so damn simple, guys. The framework for carrying an UDYR is so damn simple, and yet people fail at it every single day, every single game. Full clear down, gank this, take this if you can, or give it up if you have to, back to base. Out of base, instead of full sequencing blindly first, gank the top lane before level 6, right? 5 minutes, 5 minutes 30. If you can get a gank before that, do it. If you need to do grunt balls and then gank top lane, it's a little zigzaggy, but you understand? You pre-6 top lane gank, get that snowballing. Silas says, hey, haha, I stole the scuttle. Haha. Yeah, but the problem is you have 1 assist from the First Blood level 1, and the farming jungler has 3 KP from 2 individual ganks, and he's full cleared. And now he's going on the second rotation. So you understand why UDYR is a lot stronger than Silas will ever be as a quintessential meta jungler. Silas just doesn't have that, and the lack of experience on the map from a laner perspective, from a dead laner perspective, that is going to hurt him and hurt him hard. So UDYR now, excellent early game plan. Gromp Wolves, this ward here from the Talon, if he placed it, he didn't actually. He was just having a look-see, which is even more random. He should have definitely warded that, and honestly, I would expect him to do so, at least with a control ward. So, and he's coming back to lane here with Zeri. Silas is now in the mid lane again, trying to yank on the... He's level 4 to level 6. This is what you hate as a ganking jungler, and this is what Riot was trying to nerf directly. Say, listen, if you fail your ganks this much and you cannot farm at all, you don't deserve to just get free experience. And I think we can all agree on that, right? That's something we 100% agree on. UDYR in the meantime is also level 6, Silas is level 4, he's showing up in the river here, he has no idea what to do. This is so easy. Full clear down, gank bottom lane, reset gank top lane, full clear down, counter gank the potential gank from the enemy jungler, 3v3, Silas is going to go all in here, but I mean, like the wingboard storm, the damage and the slow, right? Look at this, look at this. I mean, that's outrageous. Talon does show up here, so Talon will coin flip this back into red team's direction, but the UDYR will have to disengage here now. Still, that's a good play for the UDYR, 2-0-3. You know, if I'm jungling like this as a challenger or whatever, like you could be bronze 85, you could be gold, you can be diamond. If this is your game so far, 2-0-3, 43 to 33, I'm happy. This is a good output. Stats, game planning, gankings, or farmings, I feel in control. Now, obviously, in this particular case, we see the Rumble rotate once the Talon kills the Alistar. The Zeri is still in the picture as well, and UDYR was like, okay, I'm going to shadow that direction just in case something happens, but nothing does. So now we can go out of base, and we say, cool. Already we're sequencing so quickly. Our Camp 7 respawned. We have a deep control ward here. Let's wrap up and take this blue. Obviously, he has ultimate, but Alistar shows up and says, time to do some cow business in the top lane with Cassante. Do you have Q3, sir? But obviously, he's just going to ult out. If there's too much CC, there you go, CC immune, and he'll turn it. UDYR could have looked to just join him for this, because that's what you want to do, is have damage to burn him down, but he's CC immune. So let's see if the UDYR does eventually rotate. Obviously, we can see that he is, and he does clean up this kill, but I feel like if you see your support doing that, you know, and you can see that lane is gankable, it's good to go ahead and do this. Like, saving time to do the grump here. I know, like, okay, look, I get level 7, right? It's better. Yeah, but you can easily deal with this as a 3-stack, try and beat this guy down, burn him down with that ult being used, and you should be absolutely fine. UDYR in the meantime says, okay, no Herald because Silas is in the vicinity, Talon is the champion, why don't I just go on down and kill him, take the scuttle, and maybe look for a bottom lane gank and a dragon. So we're basically going to give up the Herald here, just to get this RNG scuttle. We'll smite that, we have another one in pocket, 14 seconds. Don't waste your time on a guy that you can't stick to. Look at this, F key down. You see all of these cool things. Can we get something? Unlucky, man. If your jungler rotates, please give him something for that effort. Yeah, at least an assist, I think, is always appreciated. So now we'll just jump onto this Dragon. Let's see if the Silas is doing the Herald as expected. He should be able. I mean, like, that's an obvious play. In your low elo games, yeah, I think I might just go for the Herald, to be honest with you, in your position. Chasing this randomness always isn't good in this elo. You just kind of know what's going to happen, and you can kind of read the map well. Your teammates can read the map better, but I think it would have been good to just secure this, snack this baby up, and then of course, when you see this, you can take this, you can drive by this, you can gank this and shove this and use this, or you can just rotate down and clean up because you're so far ahead. There's a lot of different low elo plays that can be done in that regard, but in this case, we give up the Herald to the Silas. Not something I'm a fan of personally, but we see the Talon, we push him off, we yank the bottom lane, we don't get anything, at least we get the dragon. Because that's the thing, right? We didn't actually get anything, you know, so we don't really benefit from this other than positional. But, you know, that still counts. Map control is always about that as well. It's not only about the empirical stuff we get, it's also about the effect of what we do, what our teammates can get. Raptor? All right, good. We got him. Right.
If Silas did this and spent 10 years top lane, now we can expect him to be on the bottom side. Now we're sequencing up with no objective here. That means we're most likely going to want to have to take this reset and counter gank down, or go top lane and maybe do some equal and opposite gaming into this tower and then into some counter jungling. Let's have a look to see. Obviously, with this global spawn, you can say, okay, look, this is spawning. Maybe he's going there, but there you go, right? Bottom side for sure. He shows up. We see this. We see the engage. We're going top lane here. Silas is just going to die to Rumble. Rumble is such a strong laner for 2v1s, guys. If you can have a Rumble fed, it's great. So try and give him that pressure, which is, of course, what the UDYR was trying to do. All right, now the Olaf's ult will be up again, but we are, of course, going to have our turtle stance, and it's not going to matter, is it? He's CC immune, guy. You can't do that. Well, when people complain about Olaf and low elo, that's what you mean, right? Yeah, he's not actually that broken, but he does have his moments, and those are one of the said moments. That's why this is interesting, but of course, if you have a 2v1 capable champion, you can see he's doing that. Hey, then I'll use my pressure in the top lane or in the bottom lane, and I get advantages elsewhere, because I understand as a jungler, if a lane is winning and I can snowball it, or I've already snowballed it, cool. Now I can snowball something else. If you get 2 lanes snowballed, you're looking at a good, easy win. Rumble now, going to the bottom lane. Talon is on the bottom lane, of course. Kaiser's 612, by the way, from our early ganks. See the early ganks there from the UDYR? Huge. Even if they didn't always play out absolutely perfectly. Do we have a smite button? Nah, we have Ghost now. Even though it didn't work out perfectly. The first one did, but the second one, Talon was there and so on. The first level 4 gank is beautiful. The next level 6 counter gank is beautiful. It gives your laners such an advantage, even if it's not always those tangible results. Just in terms of enemy having to be low into backing off into losing experience, your laners can stay there. It adds up. It adds up quickly when you can do that. Now, of course, we know, all right, Silas is out of the picture. Don't really care about him anymore. I'm level 8 should be close to level 9. Yes, we are after the blue buff. And now we're 2 levels up on this guy. He's going to go ahead and get some random kills when he gets Night Harvester. And it's not going to do anything anymore. Haha, beautiful. See this counter jungling, always counter jungling into a nice angle for a gank. Hey, Talon, do you have a wall to jump over? Yes, you do. Do you have ult up? Yes, you do. Which means I don't know if we can necessarily kill him here, but maybe we can try. He actually goes back in. Annie and Zeri showing up here. So we have Awaken available, so we can use Unstoppable, CC Immune, excuse me, to get away from the Annie. Well done. Cal shows up and says, yo, who wants some roast beef? And no one wants those at all. To be honest, the lean cuts aren't always the tastiest. We know this. So Herald is now used top lane. Olaf is now snowballing a little bit. Obviously, this death here, this miscalculation here wasn't good. And, such is life. Obviously, giving up this into that Herald top lane wasn't good. It gave a lot of plate scold away. But now we can show up here for the bottom lane 3v2. Obviously, the Talon is always the question mark. But if we know Silas activated the top lane, he should be coming down here. So we do have to pay attention to that. You see the ward, the back off. It's obviously, high to bottom lanes are going to do this. I say that facetiously. Mostly they do. But very often they still don't. And anything below Challenger is a coin flip to whether or not they pay attention. In this case, they did, so thank you very much from the Silas's perspective. And of course, any junglers who have bottom lanes like this. But, pre-14 still, high tempo, right? You guys would most likely be in this situation at 16, 17 minutes. We're here at 13, 14. The speed of the game from UDYR, and playing like this, the way it kind of works out, is that you can maximize plates, even if you don't get heralds, right? We still got, well, we have nothing there, but 3 here. We're going to get 4 here, maybe even 5. It really does work out. We see the Silas here. He chains over, so we know he could be looking to go to take our Raptors and go down here with a Talon. So we're strong. He's weak, but he's still level 9. He's still got some experience catch up here, obviously. So it's not perfect, but it is better, right? Because even though he might, right, he's effectively still down a level, because you see there, like he was just 9. We ding 10 immediately. That's important. Having that 1 level lead for 11, for 16, for 6, or like level 9 to level 7 in a fight at that moment, that's big, right? Whereas previously to 13.4, you might be looking at, hey, I have a 2 level lead, random shit happens, you got to fight over a dragon, and all of a sudden you're the same level very quickly. So this kind of change I'm enjoying seeing, and obviously kill conversion ratio, my friends. We got the kill, we see the stuff, we take the dragon. Obviously, here we're going to have a look to see, can we stick to the Zeri? We do have the Unstoppable if necessary. We're going to use a Wingborne Storm for the Giga slow. Slow reduction, nerfed, you know, like pre-nerf, the same result, right? Before 13.4, you see that. After 13.4, you see that because we're at max rank. So, you know, I don't see that as an issue in those cases, especially with speed ups and mobility. Damage is the issue. And obviously the utility being nerfed is one thing, but I'm okay with utility on a tank champion. What I'm not okay with is when he builds tank and has the damage, and I think that's what most people don't like, especially when you got percentage damage as well, right? I mean, percentage damage in your kit, max HP here, you can see your max HP here, like that's a lot of max HP that you don't really have to think about. Right, Cow mid lane. Santi moving on down. Rumble kills the... Talon kills the Rumble, excuse me, because of the collapse from the red team. Numbers advantage, moving the chess pieces around. Good job. Video says, well, such is the way of life. Silas is, I think, a little bit upset. I think he's a little bit upset. So in this particular case, Udyr says, look, can I do something? Can I use any sort of advantage? Olaf has ultimate. We're almost 11. We want the 11, kill the minions. Still not. Close. Nice from the Cassante there. Really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. And now we have the Wingborne Storm doing the slow, doing the max HP damage, just sitting there. Really, really nicely done. But the Q3 from the Cassante to force Olaf to go into tower range, the chunk to activate, gives us that kill. So well done, Cassante. Well done from the Udyr for following up. Now we're 11. Silas also dies. Get your resistances back if you need to. Now we can move on up to the Scuttle and do some counter jungling, I think. Let's have a look. Yep. We also split push now at this particular point. There we go. We snack this up. Back at the chains, go over the wall. So we know that someone is here. Alan is here too. Silas is here. Kaiser's being killed. Let's watch that again. So the chains hit, so we know Silas is here. Then we see immediately Udyr. Silas is going to go into the Kaiser. Here we go, right? We have the awakened stance. We get the stun. Right. You see that? You see what I'm talking about? That's Swifty's Demonic's Embrace. That's it. And that's a Talon. Now granted, we have a lead. That's the point of the champion. But at the same time, that's just going to keep building and building and building. And he doesn't need to build a single other damage itemization choice. So most people, you know, that have discussed this from high elo with me in the Discord are just saying like, okay, that's great. Nice, thank you. But we need to reduce some of that damage still. Because nerfing Demonics and AP ratios is great, but he's already so much faster than everybody else. And his win rate going from like 53 to 52 doesn't really do anything, right? It doesn't change the nature of the champion. So there you go, good example. Obviously it's Talon and he's squishy and that's what's meant to happen. I get that. Don't worry. I mean, we have 8,300, he's 6,100. I know we have a huge lead. I know. But it was so formulaically easy to achieve that most of you who just spam this champion 500 games should be able to get to at least diamond something. Sorry, my voice completely just died, so I had to start this again. We're rotating over, as I said, diamond something. We see this guy, we're going to smite and just kill him. None of white flashes, accept your fate, sir. We have the Jack Show now, okay? And now normally you could go Balmy Sunfire before the Jack Show if you wanted to power from a bit more, have a bit more damage in that regard, but Jack Show's fine. This is the moment in the game you take over, 18 minutes. Cow goes in, stuns, Udyr, Wingborne Storm, burn them all, yes. Keep burning them all, yes. We have Awakened as well. We have Total Stunts as well. I keep calling that. I cannot for the life of me remember it. It's the Boar, right? Boar's Mantle. Iron Mantle. Good grief. Well, close enough. I mean, right there, Jack Show gave us 284 health drained, 1,400 damage from the Demonics. You've got 5 points in your W. You got 6 points in your R. Max HP damage. Slows. Conditional CC immunity whenever necessary, and obviously the healing and shielding from an empowered Iron Mantle as necessary. You do not need anything else, and obviously this is base form, right? So you still get to use that. You want to keep your form swapping as much as possible. You kind of miss the movement speed we used to get from swapping forms, but it is what it is. Okay, Hex Tech Drake. I mean, we have other benefits now. Hex Tech Dragon is available. Silas is level 11 with 13, so keep an eye on that. That's why we're looking at this as well. Bing shilling, shilling, and off we go. E is activated for movement speed proc. We've activated our R. We want to keep those abilities off cooldown as much as possible. So we want to keep using abilities for that purpose. Here we go. CC immune. Doesn't matter. Use your R. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that slow field, man. That's what I'm talking about. The backline damage that just burns him the hell down. Runs after Talon now. Stuns him. Sticks to him again. We got the Wingborne Storm here. I'm just focusing on that, right? I'm just focusing on the Wingborne Storm power curve. Because while we're obviously using other abilities, that's the one you want to keep spamming as much as possible and using in empowered and awakened form. This one in awakened form is great, but it's definitely more for the dicey scenarios. In this case, you saw an empowered R and what it did. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. But hey, free Baron. Kaiser dies. As expected. Anyone expecting ADC to do differently? In that case, we probably lose this dragon. I don't think we should stay. CC immunity. CC immunity. Wingborne Storm. No. Okay, so don't do that. Except that you're probably going to have to give that up. Don't give the shutdown. Sequence. Protect this side. Reset. Protect this side. They can only get the dragon, nothing else. If you die here or go here, they can do this and take all of this. It's better just to say, nope, take all, protect, control. When you have those advantages, you're good to go. Yeah, let's jump forward. Right. We still obviously have the Baron on our team. Kaiser's going back to base. Udyr's about to show up here. Talon is flanking from this side. We rejoin our team. Talon backline, double comboed. Ults. Over the wall. Kaiser ults to stick with him. Well played. Here we go. We want to make sure we get that enhanced Wingborne Storm going as much as possible. There it is. Burn, 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 tick. There you go. Just kind of kept it on himself and stuck with them until they got the Awakened onto Ziri, which is great for Ziri, right? It's great. Ziri counter, mobility counter. Well played. And again, is it too much, my friends? Cassandra goes in. I think focusing the tower here is good. Make sure you get that so you guys can leave. Obviously, you might lose people for it. What's the respawn time is? Oh, Olaf 20, Talon's up, Ziri 12. Take it and get out. If you can kill someone, do so. There we go. Silas with the Leandri Zonya's tech. There we go. Wingborne Storm again. Zoning. Ziri's up. Did we overcommit here again? We can leave, right? We have Ghost. We have Smite. We have E. Yeah. Should be okay. There you go. Oh, playing a little bit with fire in that regard, but nice haul. Still only a 5k gold lead. Only 5k. Should be more, I feel. Blue's up, Grob's up, Wolves are up, Olaf's top. Get 16 if we can. Not from these camps, but just keep an eye on it. Cassandra's TPing. Rumble's dead. Ziri's going in, so immediately we react to this. Silas is now still down a level, which is good. Previous to this patch, he would not be. Here we go. Burn it, baby. Burn it. There you go. We got obviously the Iron Mantle activated as well. Huge shield in the Iron Mantle there. We got some lifesteal also. Remember, he's CC immune, so don't even bother using E on him. Hide him out as best you can. Wait for it, and then you can kill him. There you go. Well played. So that's finally going to be the inhib. We can bounce take the whole blue side. Good. There you go. Basically, we're looking to... This should be the soul play, but obviously it's not, but we're looking for the dragon play. I'm going to try and push up, make a pick. Another fight here. Talon goes in on Kaiser, dies. Now we can just frontline with the Silas. Again, now he's 2 levels down. There we go. There we go. There we go. Stick to the Annie. We'll have E up again. We do have R up as well. There we go. There's the E. Nice stun. Good job, Kaiser. Just sitting in front of the Kaiser and burning. Sitting in front and burning and shielding and stunning and burning and shielding and stunning over and over and over again. Really good tank play. Really good tank play. Okay, we do have the dragon available to us. We have the Baron available to us. I think we could have probably left Kaiser to do the dragon while we go and do the Baron, and then she can come and join us. Just to make sure we get it and get both. And I understand we don't need the dragon, it's just you know, there's no soul threat, so that extra stats will help us. A little bit of a wonky path around, but we'll get both. Very nice. Okay. Frozen Heart, I like the juice. All of us, obviously we like Force of Nature, but when there's no real AP threat and Silas is just not an issue for us whatsoever because of W, we can go for the Stone Plate, which gives us this survivability in the backline of this team fight. Okay, again, kite it out, ease up. Oh, we got the W. There we go. There you go. That should be game. Well done. So again, using your spacing is crucial. Using your Stone Plate is crucial. Frozen Heart's great against Aziri. And ready from this, we 710 damage blocked, damage shielded 1589. So if you're looking to play UDYR, I can honestly recommend this is a great game to template your entire existence on. Just obviously be aware of overcommitting once or twice, but this is the free ticket for free LP. The nerfs didn't really change much at all. He still does everything that he needs to do. There you go. Don't forget, Live Companions GG guides have all the updated builds and tips. Virkayu GG has all of the courses for your MMR, Silver, Gold, rest coming soon, as well as individual coaching. As always, I will see you all in the next tutorial or life.